let's learn about the top 5 business audiobooks that you can listen to in 2024. We're going to get into some of the key insights in this video with these books. And if you have a bit of a taste and you like them, definitely download them and listen to them. I think that they are fantastic. So I listen to all of mine on Audible. I crush those, and I hope that you learn some practical tips during this. So if you get anything out of this, please hit that subscribe button and check out my community. My name's Corey Batwell. I'm the founder of Set the Standard Men's Personal Growth Community, and we really focus on helping people break through their business plateau so that they can double their revenue. We've got countless of case studies, and we want you to see that happen. So yeah, this is some of the stuff that we use, learn, and apply. One side of this is business strategy, but the most important side, obviously, and Set the Standard, would be the mindset. So let's get straight into it. The first book I think that everyone should read is Coach Builder. Now, this is the online coaching edition. So Coach Builder by Donald Miller is a fantastic book for any online coach, not just if you're starting out, but if you're advanced as well. It runs through the key concepts of building a coaching business and the struggles that come. And for anyone who, let's say, for example, you ever wanted to start a podcast or you wanted to cook something and you've looked at a recipe or something online, you've gone to YouTube and you've looked, hey, what are the steps that I can use to start a podcast or cook a recipe in the kitchen? And they step by step goes you through like what to do in terms of a tutorial. Coach Builder is very a tutorial of starting an online coaching business, and they map it out from the start of like making your first $100,000 a year and then moving you forward to making over $1 million a year. They go through the meetings that you need in every single, like in your business. They run over the strategy, they run over the messaging, they run over the marketing. They give you free email templates in that, in the audiobook, and it has a PDF download. So I went through and I downloaded the PDF and actually applied the email system that they had into my business, because we run lead magnets, and all of our lead magnets that work for men's personal growth and men's mindset have got to do around people who are hesitating around finance. So we run ads in regards to finance, and then people have been downloading that lead magnet, then they go onto the nurture sequence and people book in calls. We've only just started running it at a very small amount of ad budget per day to test and see how it goes, because most of our revenue comes from webinars and social media. And yeah, like we've been running it for, I'd say like 2-3 weeks now. We've had someone book in a call, and we're only running at like $5 a day testing the ads. And we're like, this is crazy that this is working. So highly recommend that book, especially as a template for building a coaching business. So if you've got a coaching business or you want to learn coaching in some way, some form, that book is an essential for coaching. The second audiobook is Key Person of Influence, Dan Priestley. So if you guys haven't seen, Dan Priestley's been on my podcast. You can go and have a look a couple of episodes back. He's been on there, which is very fantastic. I am also friends with his business partner, Glenn Carlson, who been to their webinars. He lives not too far from my house. So every now and then we catch up to chat business. And one of the best things about Key Person of Influence is in their company, dentglobal.com, Dan Priestley and Glenn Carlson, they live by that book. Like they absolutely live by Key Person of Influence, and they use it and they embody it and they embrace it, hence why it is working. And they work with some really high quality clients, and it works too. So but what you can learn out of the book is really looking at the strategies for PR. It's making yourself become extremely Googleable, and it is hardcore business strategies and getting your message out there. So crafting a pitch, learning how to pitch it to an audience, and then use people and public relations to scale your business, which is really fantastic. So like a podcast is a really good example. YouTube channel is a really good example, but they really hone in and understanding the pitch and then starting making deals with people. And I've listened to the book like on repeat, probably like 8-9 times, just nonstop, just every time I need a bit of a refresh. And it's extremely motivating, especially in regards to mindset of putting things into perspective of really doing the work. So you can learn everything. You can watch this video, you can listen to the book and not implement anything, but they really focus on like doing the work. And because of Key Person of Influence, I started writing a book, I create these YouTube videos, it's making sure that we put out in the media. We have a strong landing page, which you can visit if you want to see an example of ours. But running through all of the concepts in Key Person of Influence, so beneficial. It's a short book too, so it's only like 5 hours. I like to listen to my audiobooks on 1.8 to 2.2 speed, depending on how fast in a rush I am. I listen to mine when I'm at the gym. So I like listening to Key Person of Influence because it really, like when I'm at the gym, because it gets me in the zone and I'm like, oh yeah, this is really cool. So then when I train in the morning and I get to work, and I start hustling, let's go, I'm in this really positive mindset, which is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend Key Person of Influence. Probably, if I were to score these, like for Coach Builder, I'd probably score its usefulness 9. I would score Coach Builder's like usefulness 9, entertainment values, probably like a 7, and I would say, yeah, that's probably the two that I rated on that one. Key Person of Influence, usefulness, I'd probably say is more around like a 7.5. But its enjoyability and practicality, it would definitely be around an 8. Like these are pretty high quality books. Like I really like them. The third one, Storybrand by Donald Miller. Let's go, Storybrand. So Donald Miller has been gotten here twice. Let's go, Donnie D. So I've been listening to these on repeat recently because I've been going to events in Gold Coast to understand more about branding and messaging. And Storybranding is one of the perfect books that you can use to get your messaging right. It runs through the hero's journey. And if you guys are subscribers or know anything about me, I teach and educate the hero's journey, and I put that onto entrepreneurs who, like when I have one-on-one coaching clients, I use the hero's journey with them. I map it out for them personally, and I map it out in their business, and I highlight the two. Because what's really important about the hero's journey is understanding the different initiations that happen in the circle of the hero's journey, and at each initiation is something new for you to do in your life, or something new for you to do in your business. And the thing that prevents people from usually breaking through the glass ceiling to get to the next level is going through one of those initiations. For example, someone might be charging a certain amount for their services and they go, I can't charge any more than that. Or they know that they're worth more and they know that they could charge more and they have to for their own life, but they don't know how to do it. There is some sort of initiation in the hero's journey which will help them move across. Now, the important part of it is a story. And in Storybrand, what they do is it maps you through how to use your own story and your business as a story and those initiations for your clients so that they can understand what you are doing. Really powerful book. It helps you frame yourself as pitching yourself as a guide. So I'm not the hero here. Yeah, for example, a hero would be like, yep, I helped this person hit $500,000 a year. And let's say if you're a business coach, right? I hit this person hit $500,000 a year and I'm the best business coach and I did this and I did that and I did this, right? There's not so much more helping someone. That's not positioning yourself as a guide. When a guide is someone who is more, I've got these skills and resources and I have this mission. Like for example, my mission is to really raise the standards of men, inspire, it's to challenge and set the standard for all inspiring leaders is like my mission. And what I think is that too often we are pissing on men, we are putting men down, and that conversation needs to change. Yes, call men out for bad actions, like if they're like just getting straight into the deep stuff, domestic violence, men being lazy, men not doing, like call them out and call them forward, but stop shitting on them essentially, and shitting on powerful men who have sex, money, and power and bringing them down. Who's ever said I've had too much sex? Who says I have too much money? Who says I'm too much of a leader? Okay, I really want to champion that men validate themselves through the sex, money, and power that they have. And the more sex, money, and power that someone has, the better they can show up as a dad, a father, and a husband. And I've gone through suicidal tendencies. I've seen my dad completely break down, struggle as an entrepreneur, not being able to make it, and go through a breakup and a divorce and make really bad decisions. And I don't want else's dad to go through that. And I don't want my children to go through that. So this is why I've created Set the Standard, so I can help you get there. I've built my own business. I've helped other people build their businesses through mindset alone. And now we're coming with strategy and mindset to help you move through. Now that's me, that's my actual own pitch, using myself as a guide to help you get towards your goals. And that's what Storybrand really helps you to do. And I find it's so powerful. And they've got a really awesome framework in there. And they've got practical advice. And they give you like email templates as well. But it helps you conceptualize your message. And without a message, key message, no one's going to understand what you're doing. And we used to struggle with that in business so hard. Like it was so embarrassing. I used to struggle so bad to communicate my message on Instagram or in person. And people would regularly say to me, Corey, we didn't even know what you do, man. Like what do you actually do? So coming up for us, even clarifying the message of, we help you break through your business plateau and double your revenue by reprogramming your mindset. Now it's like, oh, that's very clear. You know what I mean? And we'll show up every single week and we'll coach you. And we've got programs and courses that run you through a process that help you get there, right? So just by understanding that messaging in my own business has been like, wow. And that's come from the Storybrand book and a lot of work to get real clear on just those words. Now, a lot of people won't put in the effort to do them. And that's the difference between those who crush it and those who don't, is getting really clear and spending the time to articulate that so people can understand you. Like, we live in a world at the age of attention, and if people can't understand you immediately, you're lazy. So Storybrand, powerful book. I'd give it probably just an all round like an 8.5 for both scores. So practicality and listenability is definitely around about an 8.5. So that's also a shorter book too. Like Key Person of Influence, Coach Builder, and Storybrand, they're all around 5 to 6 hours. So you can crush them within like 2-3 gym workouts. Listen to audiobooks when you're gymming, guys. Let's go. Traction, 4th book. So Traction, this book is so good. It's one of the most masculine books I've ever read in my life. It's like, here's your business plan. Do this. And they got a PDF, and they will start at the start. They're like, okay, get your vision sorted out, get your message sorted out, and then start breaking down your business like this. These are the meetings that you want to have every single week. These are your goals. These are your tasks. Map them out, put them down here, revisit them every month, every week, every quarter. And if you do this, you apply. The reason that I listened to this book was from Glenn Carlson, who's Daniel Priest's business partner from Key Person of Influence. He said to me, I was asking him some questions about my business, and then he said to me, dude, you need Traction. I was like, have you got any books that you need to listen to? He was like, yeah, listen to Traction. I listened to Traction, looked at the PDFs, and I went, okay, yeah, I really get it. The tracking is phenomenal. How they set everything up is phenomenal. And it just takes all the thinking out of it, especially if you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur and you want to get your business at the next level. Like, this book is so handy for it. And it's also another short book. It's like 6 to 7 hours. And that's 3 gym sessions and you've listened to the whole book, but please apply it. It's so powerful. Now, listenability, I'm going to bring that down. Bring it down to like a 6.5, like a 6. So the guy's voice isn't amazing. It's not like, oh yeah. However, it's just a normal guy talking and he's very practical. And if you want practical tools that you can bolt onto your business immediately, this is the perfect book for that. So highly recommend. The last book, it's essential. Like, all of these books are so essential to listen, especially if you're an online coach. Holy moly. But even more so, if you own a tradie company, if you own a trade company, if you own an e-commerce company, a marketing company, if you even own a YouTube channel, anyone where you're starting to hire staff, where you want to scale your business up, a property company, like a real estate company, a recruitment agency, anything like that, this book is so powerful just to get your shit in order. And if you have certain processes and systems, I would look at your process and systems, I'd look at this book and I compare the two and I see what you can take from it, because it is really powerful and I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And if you're not the manager, you might be the visionary, like getting ideas, like, oh, what audiobooks should I listen to? Give this book to someone and say, implement this, please. Like Glenn, he obviously runs dentglobal.com, and for example, he bolted on for his entire business, and they're one of the most successful businesses, and he's got like his time back. Like, they're running like multi 8-figure company. They've got like 10 companies underneath them. Like, it is wild. So I was like, okay, I'm going to learn from the masters here and really apply this to mine. The last book, which I highly recommend, is The Goal, and I got recommended this by a friend of mine he's currently revenuing over $1.3 million a month. It's an e-commerce company teaching e-commerce owners, and he has a few e-commerce stores himself, so it's really credible. If you guys want to check him out, it's Ecom Capital. Really reputable company, and I'm actually doing some coaching in their company on mindset, helping people break through some limiting beliefs soon, so it's really fantastic. So if you're in there and you're watching this, what's up, guys? Recommend this book. This is called The Goal by Eliyahu. Can't say his name, but this is one of Jeff Bezos's most recommended books. So I've been told. This book, for readability, I'm going to give it like a 10 out of 10. It is an amazing story. I'd listen to it again. So I listen to fantasy books as well. I'd listen to this again purely because of how good the narration is. It's fantastic. And the storyline is awesome. Plots, everything, like blew my brain. Awesome. Practicality is so great as well. It really helps you understand the importance of choosing the right goal in your business and what to track and understanding what your business is. So this is one of the powerful things for mindset and reprogramming your mindset. Is like, what is the purpose of your business? Like, when you go down, like unbiased, not purpose in like, oh, let's get a purpose message of what's my purpose in the business. So like my purpose, for Set the Standard is to, raise the standards for all men around the world, right? Especially financially and in power and business. And as a side effect of that, the relationship will be great. The health and fitness will be great. Energy, like, let's go, my lift shifters out there that'll help them move forward. So that's like the purpose of Set the Standard. And the vision that we have is we want to have a compound in every major city in the world where we have 1,000 entrepreneurs and leaders who are doing business together, they're connecting and they're optimizing themselves into the highest quality of what they can be. And like my vision for that is people to be like, wow, why is that guy crushing it? He's in Set the Standard, right? So that's like the vision to see of the company, right? And they go, wow, I want to get to Set the Standard. So that's the vibe that we're creating, right? The actual goal of like every business mostly is going to be making profit. Right, that's one of the main things like in the goal. So it is the lifeblood and it is the oxygen for your company. And when you think about that and they break it down, I'm like, okay, I have to be a revenue generating machine. So if I'm the business owner or the founder and my mindset is not focused on bringing in revenue at all times and growing it as best as possible, and everything that's happening in the back end of the business is there to help grow the revenue of the business, and that responsibility is on me, then the business, if it's not focused on that, it's not going to operate well. So regardless if it's your responsibility or someone else's responsibility, there has to be someone who is leading the reins on growing the revenue in the company. And the goal is has this best story of how to get there. Is this guy, he's working at a really high quality like foundry, and they manufacture stuff, and his relationship's going to shit, his child's trying to spend time with him, and he's trying to learn like from a master who's just been studying physics and science, and they've started going through process and systems for what actually works, and he can only get him for like 10-20 minutes at a time because he's on the phone and the guy's really busy, and he's just giving him like questions and advice. And I was like, wow, what are the 3 goals? I'm not going to tell you can read the end of the book to figure those out, but there's like 3 goals at the end that are really important for everyone to track in their business. I'm just like, wow, this is so fantastic. And one of the ways is looking at bottlenecks, and they really identify roadblocks. And you might think on your business, oh, I don't have any roadblocks, but yes, we do. We have roadblocks, and we've got to map out the systems, and we've got to write them down. We've got to figure them out, because that's what's going to prevent success, growth, and scalability in your company. So the book is this is why it's like the number 1 on here. It's so powerful once you read it and conceptualize it, bolting it also onto your business, but it's definitely more of a mindset thing. So when you're running your business and you're tracking your business and your main goals, it's always consistently, what's the main goal? What's the main goal? What's the main goal? For example, on my social media, I ran through with one of my close friends. He's an entrepreneur. He came around, and this is real powerful for you guys to know. So like, bluntness, if you do anything online, or people in your business do anything online, you do any marketing online, bolt this onto your brain. We looked at Instagram, and we had a look around what's the most important metric to track. So I'm using the goal theory on Instagram. And we had a look, and we're like, is it likes? Is it views? Is it total amount of likes a month? Is it the amount of content that we're posting? What is the most important metric? Well, we have people so we really focus on DMs. So we focus we have a lot of DM strategy. Anyone who comes in, we DM them. We have some really high quality tactics in terms of ads and retargeting ads. So if people click on certain parts of my Instagram, they're going to get retargeted with a certain ad that's going to give them something for free, which is really cool, or let them know something that's incoming. So what would be the goal, the specific one goal of the Instagram, right? If it's clicks, likes, comments, any of that, we start DMing people, okay? It's just engagement. So what we track every week is the total engagement score between Corey Boutwell page and the Set the Standard Instagram, and we track both of those. And by together, cumulative, to see if our engagement is increasing. And if it's not, then we have to do something about it. Do we do a giveaway? Do we change our content? Like, what do we do to increase engagement? Because the more engagement that we have on our page, doesn't matter about likes, doesn't matter about followers, doesn't matter about any of that, doesn't matter about how well our reels do. All that matters is, are we getting engagement or no? Because if we have engagement, then that means we're going to get business, which is going to contribute to the revenue goal, right? So that took us like 45 minutes. We had to looking at all the metrics. We're like, oh, what are we going to do in the kitchen, rushing around? And we figured it out. So, and I don't think that it would have landed in my brain if I hadn't have read this book. So it's a great, mindset moment. So when I'm coaching people, I'm looking at things in my business, I'm always getting real clear on, okay, what is the exact goal we want to get clear on? And that moves mountains for people, because that's why we get distracted. That's why we focus time on everything else. And that's when we get shiny object syndrome, which shiny object syndrome is, oh, I'm going to focus on this project. I'm going to focus on this project. And then we become yes men. Oh, I'll do that. I'll do that. And we start the yes men act of trying to please everyone. And then we have no time in our business. Our relationships fall into shit. For some reason, we started, our routine for sleep has gone down the drain. We're starting to put on weight. We're not getting any fitter. And then we're starting to get depressed and anxious. And we're like, what is going on here? And the solution for that is getting really clear on one goal. Okay. So, and then, when we get down on ourselves, we beat ourselves up. And then if we're getting like judgment from the media, in regards to my message before, if we're getting judged from the media, like, oh, men are shit, they're not doing any good, blah, 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 blah. And there's not enough awareness around, men's mental health and how we can get them to being, real high quality men who embrace their sex, their power, and their money. Then we just have poor quality men. And we want high quality men who are always raising the standards. So let's raise the standards for everybody, baby. You. So that's it. That's my 5 books. I hope you like this video. I hope you like this podcast. If you did, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. And thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next one, guys.